Today's guest is Aisha Chottani, the founder and CEO of Moment, a fast-growing beverage brand built around helping people pause and reset. Before launching Moment, Aisha worked at McKinsey and studied at Harvard Business School, but nothing prepared her for the reality of building a brand from scratch. What started as a personal mission to support mental health has grown into an international wellness company. And today, we're diving into the grit, intention, and mindset behind that journey. Aisha, welcome to the Her Workplace Unfiltered podcast.
Thank you so much. It is incredible to be here, and I'm really excited about our conversation.
Yeah. So I want to start from the beginning of your experience working with McKinsey, being in this consulting environment.
Yeah.
What was that like, and what led you to become an entrepreneur?
McKinsey actually was a really exciting time of my life. I did really, really love working there, and I thrived on like the intensity, the pace, solving these constant problems. And it taught me a lot about myself, which did lead to, in part, what I'm doing today.
Mm-hmm.
The life at McKinsey was also very stressful, and knowing how to manage your stress was one of the things that I started actively doing so that I could be better at what I was doing back then.
Mm-hmm.
And that was a big part of what led to me starting Moment. The one last thing that McKinsey really taught me is this aspect of grit. Just going in and figuring it out.
Mm-hmm.
Like that is the core of being an entrepreneur, because you get faced with so many challenges every single day, and you're just supposed to know the answers to the things, such as sometimes my team will call me and say, hey, can we put 24 cases instead of 26 cases as the base layer of a pallet? Do you think it's okay? Our new co-packer is asking about it. And, you just got to figure it out because you're the subject matter expert now. It's been really exciting to learn that ability to just get into everything and either figure it out or figure out a path towards it. And that has been very, very helpful at Moment.
Yeah. I want to talk a little bit more about your consulting experience.
Yeah.
How did you get into consulting? What was your role? What was that environment like?
I actually took a very traditional path at McKinsey. The last 10 years of my life prior to Moment have been pretty traditional in the sense I did my MBA. I went to McKinsey. I would say 20% people that do MBAs end up doing consulting, or they used to back in the days. I know the world has changed a lot today. So I took a very traditional path in that sense. I chose McKinsey because I do really enjoy solving problems. I like speed. I like fast-moving things. And I enjoy meeting people. So it had like a lot of different aspects of things that I cared about. And then when I did join McKinsey, I joined as an associate, and I kind of climbed the ladder over the years. I got to work on a lot of very, very interesting and exciting topics, from, working with like hotels and cruise ships to automated vehicles to like CPG companies. And I absolutely loved it. It, like I was saying, it taught me really a lot about just figuring it out, solving problems, thinking very critically, and learning how to communicate. Those were like the big things at McKinsey that I've carried through. Of course, you learn a lot about different subjects. Like I know these like random things about like different types of plastics because I did like a plastic study at McKinsey. I know how to like think about designing a cruise ship because I did a study on like redesigning some huge cruise ships at McKinsey. So like I know all these random facts about very, very niche topics, but there's been like some core things that I've carried through into everything that I've done. And I'm very grateful for that.
So you went to business school before starting at McKinsey?
That's right. Yes. Okay. I went to Harvard. I spent 2 years there doing my MBA. Again, that was a very life-changing experience.
Yeah.
Harvard taught me a lot about people and how to understand them better, how to get to or how to work with people from all different spheres of life, different parts of the world. Harvard had a very, very international class. So not only do you start understanding how to work with people, but you start appreciating all these like differences and diversity and really like leverage the best of it. So I would say that's been a big aspect of it. I did try starting a few small businesses at Harvard. I tried to start a cereal business and an apparel business, and they didn't go too far.
At least you tried.
But I tried.
Yeah.
So that was exciting. And yeah, it was just like a really good overall time, and met some incredible people who are again doing world-changing things, and learned so much that has helped me through the years.
Yeah. So I want to talk about a little bit more regarding your experience in business school. What led you to want to go to business school? I know a lot of women listening are either just starting their journey of business school, or maybe they're considering getting a higher education. What led you to do that? And how did it prepare you for your entrepreneurial journey?
I feel for me, life has been a lot about adventure and achieving big things. I feel having this life and being where I am, I feel very fortunate to have this, and I want to make the most of it. So I have lived in a lot of different parts of the world, a little bit because of my upraising, but a little bit because that's how I like to explore. And I've always wanted to continue doing that. At some point, I used to live in South Africa. That's where I started my working career. And I actually moved there because I used to love water sports. And I wanted to combine that with like all that growth happening in Africa. It was just like really exciting to be a part of that. But while living in South Africa and working there, I felt a little bit of my growth was truncated because of just the visuals of like who I was. And I couldn't, no matter how much effort that I was putting in, I couldn't go beyond a certain level. And so I decided I was going to take steps towards changing that. Going to Harvard and going to business school, it teaches you a lot of different things, but it also allows other people to know that you like now know these things and you will be able to do it. So there is like two aspects to MBA or any further degree. A lot of it is about validation and the world knowing that, yes, you're capable. And so that's why I decided to go to Harvard. And the time there was really incredible because it, of course, taught me a lot about different aspects of business, but it also gave me the confidence, and it allowed me to show the world that, hey, I know it and I can do it and I'm as good as anyone else.
Yeah.
So that was really incredible.
Yeah, I had a very similar experience going to Columbia Business School, of not only it being this incredible experience that shifted my outlook on life and my career, but yes, it gave me that confidence of saying, hey, like I worked really hard to get here and to achieve this. And now I can go on to do and build this thing that's going to change the world.
That's amazing. No, that's so incredible. And I would say similarly, it actually did give me the confidence to start this business because to your point, it teaches you this ability to just jump into anything. Yeah. And that's just such a beautiful thing.
So I want to talk about the moment. What was the moment that you knew you wanted to build Moment?
Yeah. I would say there was a lot of beautiful moments that came together and became a bigger force that pushed me towards it. But some of the moments that I do remember, one was actually very much at McKinsey. I remember being at the McKinsey Midtown office here late at night, feeling very anxious because I still had a lot to finish. I had like 5 cups of coffee that day. I had probably consumed like a bunch of energy drinks, unhealthy food, and all of those things added together, I was unable to complete what I was supposed to be doing. And I just felt terrible because I wanted to be this person who could achieve it all. And there was my anxiousness and my body and mind were limiting me. And it was a lot because of what I was consuming. And so that was a little bit of a wake up moment for me. And I decided I was going to change my habits. And so over the next 6 to 12 months, I explored a lot of different things from clean eating to clean drinking to just starting to meditate. And honestly, the impact was so incredible. It not just changed sort of my anxiousness levels, my stress levels, my ability to sleep better. It actually changed my productivity at work. It changed how people saw me. It changed how I showed up in relationships. And it was a whole 180 degree. That was the first step. I also, as part of that, I started having a lot of clean food. I gave up sugar. I started having a lot of adaptogens and all those things combined started having an impact on me. That, and then in 2019, my dad passed away, and that had a huge impact on me, as it does. And come COVID in 2020, all of these different moments just added up, and I just got pushed into starting this.
So you become an entrepreneur.
Yeah.
And you start Moment. I want to talk a little bit more about what's outside of just what's in the can.
Yeah.
Tell me more about how you've built the brand and how does wellness show up within the product?
Yeah. I built Moment for it to be an everyday ritual. And for me, wellness is a lot about how you feel on this Tuesday afternoon as I sit here and speak to you, rather than those Instagram perfect moments.
Yeah.
And Moment has been designed to be that. People are having it during their afternoons as they're every day at work, or a random evening as they're getting off work to unwind because they have to go and meet a friend. And so it is designed to just ensure that you feel good all the time.
And can you share a little bit more about the product?
Yeah.
Because there may be people listening who are not familiar with Moment or just want to learn a little bit more about how does Moment differentiate itself within the marketplace? What's the offering?
So Moment is designed to be a everyday ritual. It has adaptogens and botanicals that support both your mind and your body to de-stress and give you a mood boost so you can really feel good all the time. It also has some secondary effects like improving your sleep cycles over time, improving your vitality over time. We use ingredients such as ashwagandha, L-theanine, amongst many others. But what really differentiates is that we use real juices, so it tastes delicious. It's not just a functional drink that you're let me close my eyes and have it because of its effects. No, you actually enjoy a moment, along with it having no added sugar. So the ingredients that we use are actually more efficacious. And because I personally don't believe in having sugar, it has been designed that way. So it is a truly healthy, functional drink that tastes delicious.
And Moment is very good, I will say. I'm an active user.
Thank you.
So what have you learned so far about being a founder of this food and beverage brand, and more specifically, more about what today's consumer wants in a beverage, drink, and brand?
The big thing that I've learned about entrepreneurship is that you have to be ready to kill your sacred cows for the consumer all the time.
I love that phrase.
You have to be able to let it go.
Yeah.
I'll give you an example. When we first launched Moment, our logo was at the bottom. And as you would imagine, when I first launched it, I had been engrossed and obsessed with every aspect of the design. So I was very closely attached to it. And it took me a really long time to move the logo to the middle, but it was needed because customers needed to be able to see it from far to know, hey, this is a brand. But it took me a really long time to do it. And now I'm ready to let go of things very quickly if that's what the consumer wants. Because at the end of the day, you want to be able to provide value to your consumer. It's not about you.
Yes.
It's not about you.
That's so true.
So you have to learn that. And I'm going to touch upon like the grit and the resilience aspect of entrepreneurship. I would say that's so critical. And you get tested over and over again. And you just have to be very strong through it. And it's not that you need to die on every like hill and you don't need to fight every battle, but you need to know which battles to fight. And the battles that you need to fight, you need to have the energy to fight it. That's really critical. In terms of the consumer, I have discovered a few different things, but one of the big learnings is that consumers know certain things and consumers sometimes don't know the other things. And you have to guide them. You have to take them on the journey, drive awareness, and allow them to understand why we're doing certain things. And the second thing is you cannot please every single person. And you should understand that and not try to do that. Initially, when we first launched Moment, I would be very upset anytime one person would criticize it. And there was people who were like, why don't you have sugar in it? And we like sugar. And, it's like, it was almost too natural tasting to the point that people were like, whoa. People, of course, are used to sodas and a lot of sugary drinks. And so for them to move away from it, it's a little bit of like a journey.
It's different for them.
Yeah, it's different for them. And whereas I understand that people can't move away like in a day, I think you have to understand that you cannot please every consumer. And where do you want to start is an intentional choice you should make. Do you want to start off with consumers who are currently having sugary sodas, or do you want to start off with or having a lot of alcohol, or do you want to start off with consumers who are maybe slightly more aware? And then you go to the consumers, to the other set of consumers, right? Who are going to be early adopters. So those are some of the aspects of consumers that you need to understand and be very thoughtful about.
Yeah. And I love that you say that, because not every customer is going to be supportive. Not every customer is going to like your product. And that's okay. It's more about finding those that do. And then building upon that.
100%. Yeah. That is so important, because you as an entrepreneur also need to be very focused. And if you're going to try to please everyone, it's not going to work, and it's too complicated. You need to have a stance of what you care about and double down on that, and ensure that the customers you care about and the customers who love you, you take them to like the 100% rather than trying to be like a 70% answer for everyone.
That's so true. It's hard.
It's hard. It's not easy, but when it works, when you finally figure it out, it's really exciting as well. So I would say the last 5 years of my life since I've started Moment have been the most exciting times in terms of my career.
Well, tell me more about what's to come with Moment. Where are you guys in your journey, and what are some exciting things that you have coming?
It's been 5 years since we have been doing this. Exciting 5 years. It's honestly so surreal, because I bootstrapped this with my co-founder. And over the years, now there's a full team around it.
Wow.
When we first launched, I remember the first like $1,000 of revenue and earning that was so difficult. Oh my gosh, I would be on our like platforms, like trying to, every like
refreshing the page,
every $20 of sale, I would get so excited. And it was really amazing. And never did I think that we would be at this point today. We have about 15,000 subscribers having Moment every day. So that's really awesome. Outside of that, we're also in a lot of different channels, from places like Soho houses, like the airports in New York, LaGuardia, Newark, to places like Disney cruise ships and offices and Sprouts and a lot of like natural channel stores. So it's been like really, really exciting. We've also been on Shark Tank. We won the Best Beverage Award, and we have done like some really exciting collabs with brands like Victoria's Secret, Lululemon, and we've got one confidential one under wraps that's going to be announced in the next few months, which we
great.
are really excited about. Yeah, onwards and upwards.
So looking at the vision of Moment, what kind of impact are you hoping to continue to have on people's lives?
Yeah.
What's the bigger picture?
Yeah, the big thing for me is really the fact that our customers come back for it over and over again, and they love what we're doing. They love having the ritual of Moment, and they love how it affects them. So by that, what I mean is they will have Moment for the first few days, and they'll start noticing how it's making them feel. They're feeling better on an everyday basis. They're sleeping better. We've actually done some trials on some of our products, and we have been able to see that it actually does impact around 85% of people who do have Moment, and they see noticeable effects. And that's why they come back for more and more. And a lot of it has to do with the fact that we have the balance of the different ingredients we use, along with the fact that we don't add any sugar, which makes the product slightly more efficacious. Sometimes our customers will write us these 2-page long emails talking about how they were in a difficult situation or how they gave up drinking and they moved to Moment, and it has changed their lives. They feel, because it has had such an impact, they feel that they need to write us and share with us, and they feel very connected with us, and we feel very connected with them. And those emails or love letters make all the difference. And when it is really hard, because there's moments in every business where things go wrong, and no matter how much you plan and how much you try, it is those customers and those emails that keep us going.
Yeah, that was my next question for you as the founder, when things do get stressful or overwhelming, what brings you back to the mission?
I would say the big thing for me is how we impact people and our consumers and our community. That's the core goal of what we're doing. And we get those emails every single day. So that's really exciting. And then the second aspect of it is there is an impact on today's culture, and it is going to change not just Moment, but also other aspects of life today that are similar to not just me, but there's other entrepreneurs doing other incredible things that is going to have an impact on the culture, right? And how we view mindfulness, how we view wellness, how we think about healthy living, and the world in 10 years, in 20 years, together with these collective forces is going to look different. And so being able to play a small part in it, in what the world is going to look like tomorrow, is really amazing. So I would say those are the big things that keep me going. Of course, there's also a lot of daily rituals I have built into my life that help me get through some of the difficult days and times, and make sure that I show up in the best way possible for my team, for our customers, for everyone who's a part of this.
And what are some of those daily rituals that you have?
A lot of simple rituals and a lot of very strict habits in terms of what I'm consuming, in terms of how much I'm sleeping, in terms of people I surround myself with, and just small things like taking small walks every single day, speaking to people that make me happy. I also, I love boxing, swimming. There's certain activities that I really, really enjoy that make me feel good. So engaging in a lot of small things every day and having these rituals that make me my best self.
Yeah. So in today's culture, there are a lot of people that are not drinking alcohol anymore. So I want to talk a little bit more about how you've said that alcohol is really no longer the move anymore. What do you mean by that?
Honestly, that's why Moment started. I used to be the person nursing a flat Diet Coke at dinner parties. And it's an awkward dance of sharing with people why you're not drinking, but also not coming across as too preachy or boring. And that was one of the reasons why I created Moment in the form that I did create, because I wanted it to be an intentional drink. I wanted it to not just be something that you feel good about in the moment, but also afterwards. That's why I've created with the adaptogens and botanicals that help your mind and body feel good together. It allows you to de-stress and unwind while giving you a mood boost, but also the next day you start feeling good.
Yeah.
Right. And today's culture, more and more people are giving up alcohol. I'm not anti-alcohol, just to be clear. I am just saying, let's do things that make us feel good. Alcohol messes up quite a few things in your mind and body. It upsets your skin. It upsets your bodily functions the next day. And then there's a lot of long-term side effects, along with health effects and cognitive decline. So what we are doing is saying, hey, let's take something that tastes delicious. You enjoy it in the moment. It gives you a mood boost. But when you get up the next day, it's actually going to make you feel good.
Yeah.
And that's how we've crafted Moment. So yeah, it's really exciting to have an option for people who are looking to give it up or reduce it or just reduce some of the side effects of alcohol.
So Moment has a combination of adaptogens and botanicals.
That's right.
And you now have a hydration line.
Yeah.
Tell me a little bit more about that and what led you to launch that.
To our conversation earlier, we do listen to our customers and we try to bring them the most value that we can. And one of the big things in recent times has been a lot of customers don't have enough electrolytes and magnesium in their everyday life, and they're chronically low on it. And so we decided to create a Moment Plus Plus with essential electrolytes to support your body and like magnesium that can have a lot of incredible effects on you, including improving your sleep. 75% of people are low on magnesium. We also made sure that we had no added sugar and we put real juice in it. So it tastes delicious, especially in the summer.
Yeah, that's great. So you've been on Shark Tank. I know that you mentioned this before. How did you get on Shark Tank? What was that experience like? How did that give you a launch pad to reach the revenue and opportunity to where you are now?
Honestly, the entire experience was surreal. It is so amazing being there. The fact that the sharks love the product was, of course, a huge aspect of it going viral. But the biggest thing is that it really, being out there on Shark Tank, really validated that I wasn't just solving this problem for myself, but for millions of other people.
Yeah.
Because there was being on the show, and then there was like the aftermath show. There was thousands of people, I'm not kidding you, that reached out, sharing how they love what I'm doing and how they connect to it. And this is a problem that they have, or this is how they've been working on it. And so it was a really incredible launchpad and platform to validate that the idea that you're working on has a real potential in terms of the impact it is going to drive with people.
Yeah. And identifying that problem.
That's
and
right.
being able to hear from so many customers that they're having this issue that you are striving to solve.
Exactly. So that's been really, really incredible.
Yeah. So how big is the Moment community now?
Yeah, I would say there's about 30 to 40,000 people that are having Moment every single day, which is really incredible. We have 15,000 subscribers that get Moment delivered to their doorstep every 2 to 3 weeks. And then we are in a lot of different natural stores, along with, as I was mentioning, a lot of yoga studios and workplaces, including clubs such as Soho Houses. So that's been really, really incredible.
And we're a partner with you guys.
That's right.
So if you are a Her Workplace member,
we are very excited to be partnering with you and have it available for your members.
So yes, we serve Moment at all of our in-person events.
Yay,
so
I love it.
We've loved having that opportunity and partnership.
No, thank you for your partnership as well. We appreciate it.
Yeah. So we close every episode just asking our guests 3 questions about how they're building their careers on their own terms.
Yeah.
So I want to ask you a few things. So what's one thing that you do each day to stay grounded? What's that one ritual that's like non-negotiable?
This two, I just have to put two in. I make sure I get enough sleep. That's so critical. And I think you really get tested when you're an entrepreneur because you have like so many ideas and there's an endless list of things. You can just continue going and that will have an impact in the business.
Yeah.
So at some point you need to say, hey, no, I need to get my sleep because it makes a huge difference. And then I go for very long walks every single day. Sometimes I do also take some calls on the walks to make sure that I get it in while like I'm doing 100 other things.
Yeah.
But I would say those are like the two rituals I do not give up, no matter what, no matter the weather, no matter what.
Yeah. Awesome. What is something that you used to think was necessary for success and now you no longer believe?
I would say prior to starting Moment, for me, success was a lot about hitting certain KPIs that can be measured. I would have said that success would have been, hey, like we're doing this much revenue, we have these many customers. But now I would say that success and what actually impacts me and keeps me going is the stories of how we affect people. As I was mentioning, there's customers that will write us 2-page long emails telling us how it's impacting Moment. And in the tough times, those are the things that I think about.
Yeah.
And I would say just the definition of success and what it means has shifted from some more outwardly measures to more of the impact that is slightly softer and cannot always be measured.
Right. Like what's the output in regards to the impact?
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah. And then what does building a career on your own terms mean to you?
Yeah. Building a career at your own terms does mean, for me, it has been a lot more learning than I would have gotten in any other career. I think it is just about combining some of the things that you care about the most. For me, problem solving, learning new things, being fast paced are things that I did care about. And those are things that always excite me, which is why I chose a career at McKinsey and which is now why I'm doing this.
Yeah.
Because you can be building different things and you don't always have to be super fast paced. You don't have to constantly be solving problems. But in a business like this, in a role like this, you're in the thick of it and you're just, as you're growing, you're kind of like stretching the rope and like, it's breaking slightly and you're like putting patches on it and like it's breaking. So you constantly problem solving and I actually absolutely love it. I feel I've learned more in the last 5 years of running Moment than I did at McKinsey with like world-class experts or at Harvard Business School, again, with the most incredible professors. I feel the on-the-ground learning has really taught me the most in life.
Yeah. That's incredible. I feel the same way too. You just jump in and figure it out.
Yeah. What has been the most exciting part for you in building this?
I would say it's really pushed my limits in ways that I never knew I was capable of, like even doing this podcast.
Yeah.
Like this is new for me.
Yeah. You just have to kind of go in and do it.
Go in and do it. And I've been wanting to do this for a long time and it took me 2 years to really step out and do it. And if I didn't embark in this entrepreneurial journey, I would have never had the courage or the confidence to be able to go out and do it. So
that's amazing. I'm also curious to ask you one or two other questions, if I may. What does wellness mean to you?
Wellness means to me feeling good.
Yeah.
Like inside of my body feeling good. And I too very much resonate with a lot of what you've said of, when I was working in corporate, I was first one in, last one out. It was all about, you need to put in these hours to be successful.
Yeah.
But what I found was I can't be successful or I can't create the output and achieve the things that I need to achieve if I don't feel good.
Yeah.
And if that means coming into the office later, if that means doing a workout class in the middle of the afternoon, great.
Yeah.
Because those things, I believe, make you more productive.
Yeah. And what is your daily ritual that you will not let go of?
I try to get movement in every morning.
Yeah.
So even if it's like a 10-minute playing with my dogs outside or taking them for a walk or doing a quick yoga practice, that really helps me get prepared for the day and gives me that energy to get ready.
I love it.
Well, thank you.
Thanks
for coming on.
This was amazing. Thank you for having me, and I truly appreciate it.